can be amazing, you can turn a phrase into a weapon or a drug. You can be the outcast, to be the backlash of somebody's lack of love. Or you can start speaking up. Nothing's gonna hurt you the way the words do when they settle near your skin. Kept on the inside and no sunlight, sometimes a shadow.
We did 3D printing. 3D printing is the process of creating a 3D model by laying successive materials such as PLA, plastic, over each other. Many concepts were floating around in our discussions about our project. One was a solar system project, would be called an aurora. It was a design of a solar system which moves the planets in their orbit when pushed along. Another one was a generator, which would create electricity by the parts moving inside of it. And lastly, a mechanism that walks, and which is run by a series of gears inside the machine. Is that they required a lot of mechanical pieces for them to work without any error.
Machine was to efficiently generate energy without the input by human contact.
Hence we chose to create the generator. The two types of energy generation were perpetual and kinetic.
The kinetic generator required human input to create electricity. In the end, we have chosen to combine the two together. I was given the task to design a perpetual machine that consists of a cylinder holding multiple magnets which allowed the cylinder itself to rotate due to its magnet. It was an idea we have at first, but we have encountered a few problems with the design. The first problem we have was overhangs. The design consists of overhangs that will prove to be difficult for us to print as it may collapse on itself, especially when our chosen material is PLA. We were required to include supporting pillars that will help maintain the form of the object as it is getting printed and reduce the chance of it collapsing on itself. Later on, we discovered the perpetual machine doesn't work as it cannot continuously rotate. At the end of the day, we decided to cancel the printing of the object to reduce pricing.
The project is to design the crank of the kinetic generator. We initially came up with 3 different designs. The first one that we came up with is the ship wheel design. The second one is a finger slot design. And the third one is a classic crank with a handle. We decided to go with a handle crank. In order to attach this handle crank to the main rod, we developed a square attachment which has a hole in it. And the main rod can attach to this. Part of the design, we also compiled every meeting's documentations. These contain a summary of every meetings, problems we faced, tasks we assigned to every members, and minutes.
One problem we faced is that the final product of our 3D printed handle has a long crank rod, but unfortunately it snapped in the bag. This was a mistake on our part. If we had a better understanding of the structure of our crank, we would have made it shorter and increased the integrity of the crankshaft to make it more rigid.
So for our casing design, we initially designed it so that it was going to be 3D printed in 6 different sections, and we're going to put it together as a box, and it would have 2 holes where the rod goes through, and yeah, that was our initial design for the casing.
So one of the problems that we actually ran into while designing the case is to make it structurally sound. The end product would have been far too expensive to print out.
Therefore, we decided to make the casing out of wood, and that minimized the cost from a couple of $100 to $30, which was quite a good price.
Materials from prototype. I also did project research and designed and created the poster.
Giving the view of developers of this project was ensured by film techniques and documentation of the method, problems and solutions resulting from this group.